Hey guys, I thought I'd do something a little bit different for this video. Instead of a daily vlog, this episode really takes together the next 2 days that we spent in Taichung. And truthfully, while a large part of our trip was to see the world and have fun together, we reserved a few days to meet and spend time with Alyssa's extended family as well. And as nervous as I was to meet them, this was a really good chance for me to know a little bit more about Alyssa through them, but also a good chance for them to get to know me as well. And so, with all that in mind, I decided to put my camera away for those 2 days. There's really not that many clips to show, but I just wanted to be present in those moments. So, I hope you guys enjoy the video, enjoy the B roll. Here we go. So today we met with Alyssa's Agu and Adion, both from her father's side. Though both retired, the Agu used to work as a hairstylist straight from her home, which was really cool to learn about considering I had just permed my hair right before the trip. And it was more funny knowing that Alyssa and her siblings used to sometimes be her test subjects. We planned to just have lunch with them at their place, and a funny thing is, I remember the three of us just sitting down and talking for about an hour in their living room because the husband was still firing up a lot of dishes, and I mean a lot of dishes in the kitchen. He was an amazing cook with an even more flavorful personality. I wish I could have taken some pictures of what we had. But Alyssa used to tell me these stories about when she and her siblings could request almost any dishes, and the husband would find a way to put it on a plate, which I thought was really, really funny. It reminded me a lot of my childhood upbringing around cooking with my own relatives and how food brought us together as well. We ate until eating was basically no longer a possibility and just had a really good time learning more about each other. We spent the rest of the day traveling through yet another variation of Taiwan's many train systems to a different area of Changhua for a ring making class. After picking out our favorite design from a set, our instructors led us through this fun warm up demonstration of how to use tools by first making us create our own cute bronze keychains. Then we got to try our hand at the simpler tasks of ring forging before our instructors really just took over the refinement and polishing process. It was a lot of waiting and patience, but I had a lot of fun. Later on that night, we had some time before dinner, so we walked around downtown. It was a nice day with a beautiful sunset, so we decided to relax at the park and just people watch. Our dinner plans that night were to meet up with another uncle who was also a great soul. He treated us out to a very nice shabu shabu restaurant and essentially told us to order whatever we wanted. And personally, I'm extremely grateful to have been included because I don't think I'll ever be able to experience the same food and ambience anytime soon. Alyssa and I were interested in trying the premium Japanese A5 Wagyu, and the whole thing cost and was absolutely delicious. The meat completely melted in my mouth, but that wasn't all. The meal also came with the multiple courses that we had to unfortunately politely decline towards the end because we were stuffed, but also because my ankle injury from a few days ago was hurting more severely. Alyssa really wanted me to get it checked out, so we did. A quick ride to the emergency, and I got an x-ray and evaluation in just about under an hour. There wasn't any big damage, thank God, so here's what we did the next day. Our Taichung family friend took us to a place on our bucket list, Retan, which is one of the biggest lakes in Taiwan, just tucked away in the mountains. And we wanted to go there because you can bike around and really just enjoy the scenery in that area. Apparently, the lake is also part man made, which is something new I learned. It was made during the construction of a dam during the Japanese rule in 1932. But now, since there isn't much rain this year, the lake's water levels were not as high as they once were. Regardless, we rented out these small electric bikes, which were really fun to zoom around in. After avoiding some dangling bugs, we were able to take some really nice pictures. And after that, we relaxed at this observatory visitor center for a really nice matcha ice cream and tiramisu. Then we drove to some higher points around the rim of the lake and saw some incredibly beautiful temples. It was well worth the time to relax and just soak in the fact that we were finally in Taiwan together. I wanted to get some tea known from the area, and fortunately, we found ourselves in a touristy street filled with food stalls, stationery stores, and of course, tea shops. Later that night, we met with Ai, Adion, Jojo, and Ama, which are family members all from Alyssa's mom's side. We shared a traditional meal there with food piled on the spinning table, and thank God they didn't ask me to order because I didn't have the first idea of what to order, and I ended up eating things I never thought I would. There's some really interesting food, including chicken testicles, and one of my favorite memories was Alyssa's grandma she was sitting to my right and she just kept feeding me food with a smile on her face, which I thought was really endearing. But it was a really good night, and again, I didn't have a video because I just wanted to be present in that moment. And to really end this video, family is something I take a lot for granted. But as I grow older into my 20s, it's starting to hit for me now of how short life really is, and to really seek, savor, and build on moments with those closest to you. For me, family has always been some of my biggest fights, but they have also been some of the most precious moments in my life. I already can't wait to go back to Taiwan and to spend time with Alyssa's family, but I hope until then that everyone has been enjoying some of these videos so far. I know I have, and I can't wait to show you how much we still have in store. As always, thanks for watching.